Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, February 8th, 2018. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I think when you're an athlete in any sport, one of the greatest compliments you can get is acknowledgement from one of the all-time greats, that they respect whatever it is that you're doing out there right about now. And I can't think of anyone in bodybuilding whose cosign carries more weight right now than the great Arnold Schwarzenegger. Last week, veteran monster in training Brandon Ray made his way out to the Mecca at Gold's Gym Venice for a little one-on-one action with the legendary Charles Glass, where he just so happened to bump into the Oak, who was there revealing and visiting his old stomping grounds. Lately, I've been hearing rumors that Ray's already prepping for one of the early shows on the calendar. And when he's at his best, this guy has all the potential to be all sorts of dangerous. A 100% Brandon Ray in the right lineup could really shake things up. And if he can manage to hammer out his first pro win, hopefully he can look back to this point in time and remember who was the catalyst. Once you hit that 4 weeks out mark in your contest prep, pretty much everything in life that doesn't involve eating and sleeping feels like it's bringing you a step closer to losing that little bit of sanity that you still have left. That's why it's so impressive when I see an athlete like Jose Raymond who's still firing on all cylinders. Recently, the Boston Maths dropped a short clip from his latest chest workout where we see the old veteran cranking out reps with an insane number of plates strapped to a hammer strength machine. The fact that Jose can still perform at this level almost 3 decades into his career is a testament to just how much this guy still loves the lifestyle. And when you can wake up every day and love what you do, I guess you don't have much reason to slow down now do you? You want to see a textbook example of how to step on an opponent's throat when it's crunch time? Go back and take a good look at what the Philadelphia Eagles did in the fourth quarter at last weekend's Super Bowl. I hope, for his sake, that Classic Physique Olympia champ, however, Breon Ansley, was watching, because now that crunch time finally arrived, it's time for him to step up and deliver a fourth quarter gut punch of his own. The latest updates coming from the Ansley team show the champ looking every bit as sharp as he was during last year's Olympia run. But with this being the first time he comes into the arena with a target on his back, you can't help but wonder if he's going to be able to hold up under the pressure. Just like we saw from the Eagles defensive end, Brandon Graham, winners find ways to make something happen in the biggest moments. So now that that moment is about as big as it's going to get, I guess we're all about to see if the champ is ready to rise to the occasion one more time. I never checked the math to see if Bernie Sanders was right about the whole 0.5% thing during the election, but I do know that Bernie's math can definitely be applied to anyone trying to judge the first call out at some of these bikini shows lately. Less than 4 weeks out from bringing her talents to the Arnold Classic stage again, bikini division 1%er Casey Samsel looks like she's on her way to delivering another awesome performance. Earlier this week, Samsel dropped another routine round of updates that show the reigning 4th place Olympia finisher looking as lean and as mean as ever. And as a fan of the bikini division, watching what Samsel has been able to do these last 2 seasons has really been a lot of fun, especially when you take into account how some of these lineups have been super deep on any given night. But if Olympia weekend Casey Samsel shows up in Columbus looking even 0.5% better, that might wind up being all it takes to push her over the top and right into the title spot. I've been keeping my eye on some of the news coming from a few of the unknowns heading into the upcoming Arnold Amateur. And from where I'm sitting way down here in sunny South Florida, I can't help but be impressed with what I'm seeing from 25-year-old Canadian big man Dana Baker. Back at last year's Canadian Nationals, Baker put together an awesome performance that really opened up some eyes as he cruised to a well-deserved victory in the super heavyweight division. With less than a month to go before packing his bags and his passport and heading south to make another run at earning his pro card, all of a sudden we're starting to see things really start to pick up steam. For a guy his size, Baker has a really aesthetically pleasing look, so as long as he doesn't fall short in the conditioning department, I think he has a shot to bring home the gold. Stay tuned. Dana Baker won't be the only Canadian import looking to make his presence felt on the Arnold Amateur stage. Over on the other side, I also like what I've been seeing lately from figure standout Alicia Bell. This week, we were able to get our hands on some new progress photos from our sources close to Team Bell, just as they started to kick off the latest phase of their current prep. After finishing third in a close battle at last year's Canadian Nationals, my sources tell me that Bell is coming into this show hungrier than she's ever been to clear this final hurdle on her way to finally scoring the pro card victory. With the improvements she's made during the offseason, Bell should be a serious contender to get some run once the first call-out is announced. And as long as her conditioning is on point, I think she's got the talent to contend for the potential victory. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.